Of course, if it's something creepy or weird, say no. But for most cases, say yes. Hi guys, it's me, SC Magic, and today I want to give you guys some tips on how to make friends in LA. Yay! Friends! Yay for friendship! Yay for BFFs! So before we get started, of course, I want to remind you guys that I release videos every Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on videos like this and other valuable things that can help you, as well as some of the insights into the different LA events I go to and all that jazz. One of the reasons I wanted to make this video is because when I first moved to LA, I pretty much had no friends and I had to start all my friend stuff from scratch. I had to, meet new people. I had to, put myself out there. I've been in the same situation. I know how it feels. Trust me, I get it. So hopefully these tips will help you out. So in no particular order, here are my tips on how to make friends in LA. Number one, and this one is a little bit controversial because let's face it, sometimes we just don't want to do it. But the number one way to make friends here in LA is to actually live with roommates. Believe it or not, a lot of times the people you live with can be the ones who tell you about things coming up, can help you learn about what it's like to live there, give you tips on where to go, what to do, and you can also just flat out hang out with them. When I first moved to LA, I lived with roommates, and that was how I ended up having people to go with to stuff, to parties, to events, to even grocery shopping together. So that is actually one of the easiest ways, is to at least live with roommates when you first arrive. I know living with roommates isn't ideal for everyone, but at least for when you first get here, so you can have some people to talk to and some people to hang out with when you first get here. Also, by the way, I know the whole roommate thing, there are roommate horror stories. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on that, because I'd love to hear some of these stories of why you're way against living with roommates or whichever. The next tip that most people probably don't know, and it's something that I've discovered just from countless interactions with people, is to always say yes the first time somebody invites you to something or asks you to join them for something. And the reason being is because I find that when somebody just met you, they don't know you, and they invite you to something, a lot of times they judge how you are based on your first reaction to that thing. So if you say no, they're gonna be like, oh, that person probably won't say yes to stuff I invite them to. Whereas like if you say yes, then they will realize, oh, this person's game, this person is probably somebody who's, like me, that I can hang out with. And then they keep inviting you to stuff. And then you meet more and more people. And then you have a multiplier effect. And then you have all these friends. Yay! So yeah, so always say yes. And also too, put yourself in their shoes. When you don't know somebody, sometimes it's difficult to even reach out to them, whether it be you're shy or, you just have a little bit of insecurity when you're meeting somebody for the first time or hang out with them for the first time. So given that it's hard to extend yourself sometimes to people, to get shut down right away is like not good. So most people, if you were in their shoes, you would do the same thing. You wouldn't invite them again. So always say yes the first time. Of course, if it's something creepy or weird, say no. But for most cases, say yes. The next tip I have is to use meetup.com. Oh my gosh, let me tell you, meetup.com has been my savior, and how I met some of my really good friends that you've even seen in some of my videos. I met them through meetup.com events, and I know one of my friends laughed at me when I told her that I used that, but it actually works, and you meet people who are very much like you, and also too who might have the same hobbies as you, who might, like doing things that are not even related to friendship, whether it be fitness or, whatever. It just gives you stuff to do and interactions to have with people. And also too, you can use it for career purposes. A lot of times you'll see networking opportunities and gigs on there as well. So meetup.com, people underestimate it, but it can be really helpful, especially if you're in a big city. The next way to make friends in LA, and again, this one might be kind of controversial. I'm giving you the warning, just saying. But the next way to make friends in LA is to never reveal when you're broke or that you're on a budget. Yes, I know what you guys are thinking. Oh my gosh, that sounds so vain or whatever, or superficial, whatever, but it's the truth. It's human nature, especially in LA where things are so expensive. If somebody barely knows you and you say that you're broke or you don't have a lot of money, they're likely not going to invite you to stuff that need money pretty much. And so what happens is you end up disinviting yourself to stuff before you've even had a chance because that person has now judged you on that. Unless it's your close friend or someone you already know where you can reveal stuff like that, like, oh, maybe we all do it. I've had moments where I'm broke and I'm just like, honestly, I don't have anybody. But if it's somebody you're just meeting, don't reveal that. Just do not reveal that. Give another reason why you can't go. And I'm not trying to say you should lie, but just don't say that. Just say something else. Do not reveal you're broke. The next way to make friends in LA is more of a psychology and a mentality of how you approach it. This is to never make going to work an excuse to miss out on stuff or not hang out. Believe it or not, being tired from work is actually not an excuse here in LA. Because when you're tired and when you're ready to go lay on your couch, that's when all the fun begins. That's when people are going to happy hours. That's when people are going to events. That's when people are networking. That's when all the stuff starts. If you get my point, yeah, if you decide that all the time you're just like, oh my gosh, I'm tired, you're gonna miss out on so many opportunities to meet people or just make friends like this video is about, like just meeting, interacting, being social. You miss out on so much if you're always like, oh, I'm tired from work every day. Don't get stuck in that cycle because I'm telling you, it's a vicious cycle. We've all done it. I've done it before and you end up missing out. And as an added tip, make sure you keep stuff in your car that you can use to get ready to go out. Some of the biggest product launches or red carpet events I've gone to have all been last minute invites. And because I had heels in my car, I had a blazer in my car, I had makeup in my car, I was ready. So always keep stuff in your car just in case something comes up last minute invite to something. Most of the time they're spur of the moment. Meet me at this happy hour, meet me at this event or whichever, screening, whatever. A lot of times they're last minute. So always keep stuff in your car or in your bag or whatever you have. Be ready. The next way to make friends is to be social on social media. One of the things that people end up doing, especially when they first come to LA, and I know I did this, I was like really guilty of this, is I remember when I first came to LA, I was just collecting so many business cards and just be like, oh, I'll just contact the person when I'm ready to interact with them or hang out with them or whatever. Do not do that. What happens is you end up with all these business cards that end up being garbage because you took too long to contact the person and they don't even remember you or you don't even remember them. So yeah, so definitely be on social media and immediately interact with people the moment that you add them or whatever. So when you go to an event and you're talking with somebody, you're learning about them, be like, oh, hey, what's your Insta? What's your Twitter? What's your whatever? Follow them right away and just keep liking their stuff when things come up. You don't have to always chat with them, but just, press like on stuff. That's the easiest way to do. It's an easy way to stay fresh in people's minds so that they remember you, and also to keep tabs on what's going on. Sometimes things come up where it's like you see, oh, on their feed, they like the same thing as you. There you go. You have a talking point to be like, oh, I love, let's just say it was dancing. Oh, I love dancing too. Why don't we go together? There you go. So definitely be on social media. It's an easy way to interact with people without actually getting on the phone with them or having to be texting them like crazy or whatever. Press like on their stuff. Be on social media. Or I should add, if you do collect someone's business card, contact them the very next day. Send them a note, be like, hey, it was nice to meet you, so that they remember you and you stay top of mind. Again, it's that constant interaction that you gotta do, whether it be through social media or through emails or whichever. And the next tip I have might seem opposite of what I'm talking about, but it actually really works. A lot of times, not all the time, but a lot of times when you're going to an event, go alone. And I know this is gonna sound weird to you. It's like, I'm trying to make friends, so why am I going to stuff by myself? Because the reason is when you go alone to something, there's something about it I find that makes people feel more confident to approach you. It's like, there's just something about it versus when you go with a friend or with a group, people are less likely to come up to you and be like, hey, what's your name? I'm from here, where are you from? But when you go to something alone, somehow you're much more approachable, and also it forces you out of your comfort zone. It forces you to have to get out there and to, you know, say hi to people, go and talk to somebody standing over there, you know, ask people stuff, because of the fact that you have no one else to talk to. When you go to stuff with people, when you go to events with people, you go to parties with people, what happens is most of the time you just only talk to the people that you went with originally. And if you're trying to expand your network, grow your circles, grow your friendships, you need to be talking to people outside your circles, not just the people that you came with. And the final way to make friends in LA, can I get a drum roll? It is to join lagoals.com. For those of you who don't know, that is a group I started to help people who are either already in LA from having moved from somewhere else, or they're planning to move LA. It's a supportive group for you. There's free guides, there's tips on how to find apartments, there's message boards where you can actually directly interact with people and talk to people. The easiest way to make friends, honestly. I also put extra things like event invites, gigs, and all sorts of things coming up, and we have hangouts and all sorts of things. So join lagoals.com, URL here, lagoals.com. Honestly, one of the easiest ways to make friends when you first arrive in LA. If I didn't answer any sort of question you have in this video, or if you have an additional tip, please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. I'd love to hear your story. I'd love to hear maybe if you're struggling to meet friends and maybe I can help you out in some way. Let me know in the comments below. Other than that, that's it for this video. Again, I release videos every Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. So make sure you subscribe, turn on your notification bell so that you get the notifications for when my videos come out and you get more tips like this. That's pretty much it. As always, make sure you keep being magic. Bye.